you want to come out of retirement and see if we can bring Rudy's to Creekside? Because I want to make a change.
Guys, welcome to the Salem Business Journal Podcast. I'd like to thank Compass Visuals and Collier Law for sponsoring the podcast. Appreciate you guys. And with me today, I have
Justin Rebirth,
Callie Jackson,
Dan Al.
Yes, and you guys are the owners of Rudy's, correct? And you are managing Rudy's.
Yep.
Am I right on that?
Yeah.
I think what everyone's going to be really interested to hear about, I'd love to start with you, but just so we can start from beginning to end.
Yeah.
You worked at the old Rudy's, correct?
Yeah, I was there for probably 5 years. I started out just as a server, and then it kind of just over the years, I slowly kind of took on more of a management role there.
Yeah.
And then through the end there, I pretty much lived there. I was there all the time. So it was a huge shock, when we went out of business.
What was it like? Like, what made you start to see, hey, things are kind of going?
I mean, well, there were things that, food not coming in. And I mean, it was no secret to the public, too, that we were constantly out of stuff. So we were getting there, and then, delayed paychecks and whatnot for sure. But we had no idea what was to come. Like, we did not think that was going to happen at all. So.
Oh yeah, it was nuts. Well, not just that, but like that was like probably the best spot in town to get a steak.
Oh, absolutely.
Or whiskey.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
No, it left a huge void for sure in Salem.
Yeah. Well, and one thing that I remember when you and I first talked, because a bunch of employees weren't getting paid. Remember this? And I saw you were trying to figure something out. Okay, well, how can we sell some product, make some money to pay people?
Yeah.
Something. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So we started doing, it was like the Rudy's employees, we kind of grouped together. It was more so we had this large amount of staff that was suddenly without income, no way to claim, unemployment or anything at all. So it was a way to generate some income for those individuals, and then kind of keeping close connections with our regulars and people that we saw on a day-to-day basis. It didn't go very far, but we were at least able to get some people that were pretty desperate paid. So
yeah, I remember during the time I had a couple of friends who worked there also.
Right.
And I heard about some of the checks bouncing. And I was like, crap. I was like, is there a way for us to be able to get this worked out? And it seemed like you did a really good job at that. And it's tough because like it seemed like a lot of people were struggling because like a lot of them didn't qualify for unemployment. Is that right? Because of the way that was all handled?
Yeah, nobody got it.
Yeah, and that's so tough because it's like, as a business, right, we have like 3 goals, like to feed our families, our own families, to help our employees feed their families, and then to make some cool stuff along the way, And it seems like, that second part of making sure that you're taking care of your employees and their families really wasn't being.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is too bad.
Yeah.
So how did you meet these guys?
So I kind of heard about like Dan through the grapevine, and it was this, is it happening? I'm not really sure, just here and there. And then I think it was November.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
So Danny Moore, the GM at Creekside, he called me in, what was it, Justin, like June or July?
But June, I think. I think it was June.
Yeah, and so, he's friends with John Riedeshauser, which is where the Rudy's name comes from.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. And so John originally started Rudy's at the Salem Bell Club. And Daddy brought him out of retirement when Daddy first took over management at Salem Golf Club. He moved out of that, went to LE or something, but he got John to start Rudy's there. It built up into a Salem institution.
Yeah. And it really is.
Yeah. And then it got purchased and moved downtown, and all the stuff that happened with downtown. And so Daddy called me and he said, do you want to come out of retirement and see if we can bring Rudy's to Creekside? Because I want to make a change. And I initially said no, because starting a restaurant is quite a task. But when I thought about it, it's John is a friend of mine. What he built was really good, and it was a Salem institution, and I didn't want to see his legacy die with what happened downtown. So called the attorneys, and then Justin and I were actually the year before looking at opening a restaurant in Villa in Sherwood. Oh, really? And so I called him and said, hey, I got another opportunity that's actually probably it's going to be harder in a lot of ways. Yes, it's going to be an easier slot in on this because I know the GM of the landlord. And so then it was basically a matter of building a team, and like Callie was the first person I called.
My man, she's a good person to call for
Yeah.
She's a killer. Yeah. How did you guys meet?
We met through mutual friends when we were working on the first restaurant. I worked on the first restaurant. Yeah.
What restaurant should come first?
It was that one available. It never came together.
Oh, so you guys met trying to start that. Were you kind of sure what?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. What are your backgrounds? Just so then for people to.
I have a real estate background and legal background.
Oh, cool.
And I was a restaurateur until 2003, and then I was basically been an investment banker since.
Oh, dang. So you're back in the restaurant business.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd be back?
I always knew I'd be back. It's. I mean, the restaurant business has always been something that's pretty close to my heart. A lot of my family is European. A lot of the stuff revolves around food, and I just, I always knew I was going to get back into it because it really doesn't matter like how bad a day somebody has or a week that somebody has. If they can come into Rudy's and they can have a good meal and good service and good cocktails, they can forget about all of that just for at least that 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And I just really love being part of that.
Dude, I really like your outlook on it and on the customer experience. Yeah. What kind of things are you doing differently?
Callie even brought it up, but I sent her a screenshot of her bank account saying, no, we're not waiting to pay the employer taxes
Yeah, I said,
quarterly.
hey, so these payroll taxes, he had it.
I'm like, we're not sitting on them for a quarter. We're paying them as the payroll goes out.
I went to Rudy's just a couple of days ago with a couple of buddies, and it was good.
Yep.
It was. I had a steak. My friend Ryan had pork chops. Alex, who she's going to be hosting the Spanish Salem Business Journal podcast, she had like a soup or salad.
She had the apple gorgonzola salad.
You remember?
Yeah.
How do you remember?
Yeah, I remember base. I knew the pork rinds you're talking about.
Oh man, Callie remembers everything. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, yeah, I hardly remember going hams. And then let's see, my friend Andrew, I think he had a sandwich of some type, but I'm also making that up.
Yeah, I don't think he had a sandwich.
That was during dinner.
See, I remember exactly.
I don't think it was a sandwich.
You thought it was tasty. I remember that.
Was it a burger? Did he have a burger?
Possibly, it was probably a burger. Yeah. But and also the drinks were really good. I was really excited to see that because I like a good drink.
You have a great old fashioned for sure.
What has you the most excited with the new Rudy's in the new location?
For me, it's just been the community response. I mean, we did a soft opening. We didn't really advertise it. We were really only open for 4 hours. And the first Friday to Saturday, we were blocking out reservations. We were bucks.
Really?
Yeah.
How did people know about it?
We had one.
Milled the steaks in the app.
We had one kind of quiet Facebook post, and for the other issue that we ran into is that normally if you're switching over a restaurant from an existing restaurant into a new one, you want to be shut down for a month or 6 weeks. Get all the training, all the staffing, everything in place. And the club, because they have their members, gave us 5 days. We took over on the January 2nd, and then we had the members only menu soft opening on the 7th. Ran it that weekend, and the following week we did just Wednesday through Sunday, basically 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
With the dinner menu at that point, and we probably tripled what we projected sales that week.
Yeah, just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so
we really says a lot about you guys' team.
Yeah, for sure. So, and on that note, we had planned to do the soft opening for lunch the following week, but all the people that we hired to do the lunch, we had to put in the dinner service.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the next week.
I was only expecting to have to staff that.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Well, one other
Well, you managed it. Seems like.
Yeah. Oh, one good.
one other fun fact is the first day we opened was to a bingo group, like 100 people.
You have an 140 person bingo group.
A surprise bingo group too.
It was really cool, but that was our very first service. So it was trial by fire.
Yeah. Trial by bingos. Hey, did you guys participate in the bingo?
I wish. I don't think we're allowed to.
No, it was I think I was polishing silverware.
You look like a good silver. Expect to see you polishing silverware next time, and then you're back. There's this little corner. You just
You'll see me do that.
That's actually really cool. I like that. Yeah. You had 5 days. You're like, oh, I got to be open in 5 days. How did these 5 days go?
You didn't sleep. It was just so much cramming of information and so little time to the staff for me. I mean, they did phenomenal.
So what did that look like? What did you have to teach them?
I mean, it was a whole lot. It's a completely different menu than what they were used to. We did bring a good portion of Rudy's staff there.
What percentage of the staff do you think are from?
Back of the house, I say we're like at 80%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 80% back of the house. Front of the house right now is probably, it's actually probably 50. Yeah, it's probably 50%.
So those are about your guys' culture.
Yeah, no, they were excited to be back for sure. But it was just, I mean, I just kind of like, here is this, study this, I'm sorry.
5 days.
Yeah. But I mean, we started slow. So our menu was pretty limited at first. So that helped. We had to ease them into it that way. But, we rearranged the entire dining room. And so learning all the table numbers and seat numbers in a day, that was a challenge for sure. But
We had to change the POS system.
yeah.
Could be a struggle in itself. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of work, but it was good.
How about you guys? What did you guys do with your 5 days?
I was just in awe of how everything came together. Watching Callie, train people, and Danny work all the systems out, and then I was kind of on the back end doing setups of vendors and all that kind of stuff. So it was a whirlwind. Really, it really just went by like that. It felt like one day, actually.
Sounds like you're like, hey, well, this is my role, this is my lane.
Yeah.
And sounds like you did a dang good job at it.
Yeah. I think it came together. I mean, we the three of us, having never worked together, worked actually really well as a team.
What a crash course. It's kind of like, like they say with dating, like if you want to know how you work well together, travel.
What a restaurant.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, let's go into now like the menu and the food options that you got. How did you select your menu versus what it did have? Did you look at what it used to have, or did you just start from scratch?
So, I mean, when Callie and I first met, one thing that we figured out pretty early on was we wanted to go back to closer to what the original Rudy's was, but then take whatever the favorites were from downtown and get those on the menu. I think the downtown location, partly because of its location, and partly because I think of prior ownership optimism. I think that menu was too large. It was way too large.
Have you seen Gordon Ramsay when he goes into a restaurant?
Yeah.
He sees a big menu, he just tears them apart.
Yeah. So, we wanted to get it focused to the stuff that we knew that sold well. And we knew that, when it's like that, we know that everything is going out perfect, right? Because it's not, you don't have somebody that's cooking 16 different dishes, you get back to the house at the same time.
Yeah, helps you with consistency. So I would say that, like, and at least from my restaurateur experience of watching Gordon Ramsay, it seems like consistency was one of the top things he talked about. Yeah. What were some of the other top things that, like, you guys really try to nail on the head to give people a good experience?
The ingredients. We want to make sure that our ingredients are the best we can get, for the prices that we charge. So, we have Carmine back in. Carmine was Rudy's original butcher and set himself up, and he's back butchering meat for us.
That's cool.
And help him with the ordering to make sure that we get the best of what we can get for our customers. So, that's huge. Then again, like you said, the consistency, and then just making sure that we're we're Yellow Brick Road Salem Steakhouse. That's what Rudy built his reputation on. Like we're not avant-garde. We're not going to do any micro gastronomy. We're not going to be pushing the envelope on mashed potatoes. We're just going to get really good mashed potatoes and make really good mashed potatoes. That's about it, and people are happy with it because that's what they want.
Yeah. Get people what they want.
Yeah.
That's cool. One thing that I noticed, because, I ended up sneaking back of house for a minute, was none of the meat was frozen. It was all fresh and raw, and it looked almost too bite out already steaks. But I did notice that, especially from talking to some of the cooks and stuff, those guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I was really impressed.
I mean, we have in our freezer mostly has ice cream and Marion berries in it. We make everything from scratch. All of our salad dressings, all of our sauces, everything is from scratch. There might be some frozen chicken breasts back there. We use those to make a chicken stock or chicken milkshake. So they're not plating those sort of things. But yeah, I mean, none of our beef is ever frozen.
That's really cool. That's good. Well, that's one thing I also know. I used to judge a lot of food competitions. I don't know if you guys about me. I was a food connoisseur. And really what I did is I watched a bunch of Gordon Ramsay. And then South Salem High School had a food competition with their students. And then they invited me. I was the token board member or whatever to go to this. But I took it way too serious. And so I watched a bunch of Gordon Ramsay right before. And okay, he's the best cook I know. So I was like, I got to emulate that. So I go there. I'm just lay it in. So funny because the parents today, the helicopter parents are stressed out. But the kids had a great time. So then they invited me back. And then the other school started inviting me. Next thing you know, I'm judging a bunch of food competitions. And I got pretty good at it, so it was fun. But it's funny because there's a big difference between just eating food and then really taking the time to notice the small details. And it seems like a lot of the quality is just in the small details, which is something I noticed you guys cared a lot about.
Yeah, we do. And again, that's why we make everything from scratch.
Yeah. Well, what can people expect from Rudy's in the next, month, 2 months? Because you guys just opened. It was is it 2 weeks soon? 1 week ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been, technically it's 3 weeks, right? So that first week was just that limited menu, members only. So it's basically 2 weeks. We've had 2 weeks of service, 3 weeks of service. Because we just started the lunch this past week. So yeah, we had 3 weeks of service. We're basically staging it out as we can and adjusting it as necessary. We're going to make some adjustments. We had the lunch menu for the first week, last week. We're going to make some adjustments on that menu, for sure, based on what people want and based on how to make it more efficient for our back of house. And then the next goal is basically we're going to get through Valentine's Day. That's going to be huge. Yeah. And so we'll figure out something to run through the weekend on that. And then after that,
are you guys doing any Valentine's Day specials or anything?
Yeah, it'll be a very limited menu.
Yeah.
Then we'll bring in some new stuff and then some of our staples.
Yeah.
So it'll be good.
You excited? Yeah. I'd have to find a date first. Also excited.
Yeah. So, we're going to do that. I mean, on the list, we're going to create a happy hour menu as well.
Cool.
And then, we're planning the grand opening sometime in March. And hopefully Rudy will come out for that.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah. Does he live in Salem?
No, he lives in Texas.
Well, are you guys planning on retiring anytime soon? Or are you just moving along for this ride? Oh, no. Just checking. I want to make sure you guys are around. Well, so sorry, I stopped you at the Valentine's Day. We went on a side quest.
No, that was pretty much. And then eventually we're going to open for brunch those Saturdays and Sundays.
Oh, cool. I have a big thing against brunch. I like a beef against brunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, brunch guy?
No, I just can't. I can't get myself to. I'll have to do it. I'll have to come try your guys' brunch. But for me, it's there's breakfast and then there's lunch. I don't want to skip a meal. I think it's probably because I was hungry a lot when I was a kid, and so I'm I can't skip a meal. That's probably what it is.
And we put on 2 menus for him.
Dressing menu.
Come to the brunch. Can I get Can you just make me feel as if it's too service? Yeah, too service.
Yeah, we'll just bring out eggs Benedicts and a prime rib sandwich.
You tell the cook. The cooks are why are we doing this? Jesse's got issues.
This guy.
You could go to therapy, but no, it's that I have a podcast. You know? What are your guys' hours right now? Can people come see you?
We're now
11 to 8.
we're 11 to 8, and on Fridays and Saturdays we're 11 to 9.
And do you have to make reservations, or can I just show up?
It's you just show up. I recommend if it's Friday or Saturday, make a reservation.
You're pretty packed.
It does, yeah. Walk-ins were, we've had to turn away quite a bit of walk-ins. So it's Fridays and Saturdays, make a reservation.
That's fair. And where can people find you guys?
Open table.
Oh, heck. Speaker. Sorry. You're like, I just said like 4 times.
I'm old. I'm not thinking about it. I'm like, I'm ready.
That's totally fair. I get that.
So on Google, you can make a reservation directly there, or you can go to Open Table, or what's it called? Your phone too.
Cool.
Or GreaterScreenside.com. We got the reservation of that. Okay.
Cool. And what are your guys' like Instagram handle? We don't have
an Instagram yet.
We're gonna scratch that one too.
Do a Facebook.
Like, do a Facebook. Man, we're gonna fix that. Where do we get TikTok to you? Yeah, if we get TikTok's where it's at.
That's all right. That's a new thing.
I'm super excited about it because, you know, a lot of times when you look at, you know, the way that what brings people together, right? It's usually like food, music, and like fun events, right? And that's something that crosses party lines. In time, when you look at times when like our country or our states like come united, it's either like after a war or like a community project like the highway system or like the railroads, natural disaster like 9/11 or Katrina, you know, or it's like scientific innovation. So like rocket ships or cars, AI, that sort of thing. And those are typically the only times when our country really gets unified. It comes together. But my thought is, we don't really have to wait for something bad to happen in order to come together. You know what I mean? We can just manufacture our own. And so I made this plan to make Salem cool because I found that when like I'm going out with friends, I love to go to concerts. And so a lot of times I'll find myself driving out to Bend or Portland or anywhere but here for concerts because that's just where they're at. And it would be really cool if Salem kind of became a fun place to be too. Because I mean, Salem's great. Don't get me wrong. But like if we could make it way cooler if we just decided to. And so my plan is I wanted to get Salem known as the city of music and murals and get a giant sign, put it on I-5, put it on the Highway 22 for people driving by to want to stop by, which will bring in more tourists. And it's a 2-part plan. One of them doesn't affect you as much, but it's putting murals downtown. So when people are driving by on Highway 22, people will want to stop and take selfies. Yeah, Boise, Idaho has an example. This is called Freak Alley, which was like a desolated alleyway. And now it's the second most visited destination in the state. And so that's one that will drive traffic in. It's like a giant billboard, basically. Now what's going to keep people around is the music. That's where you guys could come in if you're interested. So what I'm trying to do, and I'm going to start doing this like on my website stuff, is tracking which places are doing live music and when. And then eventually try to get some of like the city's art fund and some private funding as well to push some money in to get live concerts in Salem. And so essentially kind of the program I was thinking was this, like we have it like half paid by the restaurant, half paid by the fund. And then we can get concerts, like live concerts, like 3 nights a week at least in Salem. And so that's something that I think would really vitalize the town. It's something I'm really passionate about. And I wanted to hear you guys' thoughts.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, we are somewhat limited in what we can do because it's a golf club and it's in the middle of a neighborhood.
Yeah.
But I do also own a recording label, and Ty Curtis is one of my artists.
Recording label? You left that out. That's good. Where was that in the bio? I was like, hey, what's your background? You're like, oh, by the way, restaurants and private equity. And now you're recording on these stickers.
It's Tyler. It's a bass bio.
I want to know me every day.
He's like, also did this really cool thing, just nonchalantly. His delivery of that.
But Ty Curtis is my artist, so we're going to bring him in for sure because he does great acoustic sets.
You guys are going through a ton of changes. So you got your new menus coming out, brunch is coming up, where I'm going to have my separate brunch. You got Valentine's Day coming up. Is there anything else that people can kind of look forward to with Rudy's that may not be right now, but we can start thinking about and be excited about for the future?
Yeah, I mean, we have a great patio, and so we definitely plan to utilize that and do like some music, some events out there probably. I know they used to. I heard that they used to have some great events that they would do. So we're definitely going to utilize the patio for sure.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Well, and you guys have a banquet room too, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing with that?
Yeah, so with that, with a dance floor, we can get 120 people sat in there. So it's good size for sure.
Has a dance
So
floor.
it does. It has a dance floor.
It
It absolutely does. And so we're already, like, we have a large amount of events booked for the year. And so I think just continuing to go down that path.
That's really cool. Are you guys good dancers?
No, definitely not, man. Please, dip.
I was on Dance with the Stars once. It was one time, but it was nothing.
I was on the country western dance troupe at my university. Though.
How many lives have you lived? That's wild.
I'm not sure.
He's like, I don't know what's called. That's really cool. Well, I'm super excited for that. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Cool.
Not for me dancing.
I'm excited for that. That is happening.
I want to see that.
Yeah, we're gonna witness your boot scoot boogie.
He's probably gonna be one of those performers. Plays guitar too or something.
Yeah, he's not even gonna tell us. We're literally gonna show up to this event. Yeah, he just comes out of the darkness. Just
I actually do play guitar.
oh my goodness! Wow. Oh, Dad, you're killing me. Are you good?
No, like not Ty Curtis good. I've become more of like a guitar collector than player.
Okay. That's like me with my guitar. I used to play like in high school when my math teachers gave me a guitar, so I got pretty good at it. And then I just like stopped playing forever.
Yeah.
And now it sits there. So now I'm the owner of a guitar, and it looks as people assume I can play, but like I'm not gonna get rid of the thing. Yeah, I don't have the time to play it. Do you guys have hidden talents that we don't know about?
No, it's like we're lagging.
Yeah, we're with.
Let's step up our game.
Oh, I didn't want to say nothing. What about for people who are already members at Creekside? Is there anything special for them they can?
Yeah, so they have a negotiated discount on the menu right now.
Yeah.
And we're working with the management and the owner as we progress to see if we can build out something special for them. That's basically members only. So it's just it's that 5-day turnaround and going through the soft opening of everything we're doing. We're having to stage this out, and anything we do with that, we need Danny Moore as a GM and then the owner of the club to be 100% involved in it. So we can't really make moves without them. But we definitely want to take care of the members for sure because that's their club.
Well, thanks for coming on the podcast, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Anything just want to go up?
I think we really appreciate the support so far that we've had from the community, and we're really excited to be a part of the Creekside community. It's a great group of people, and it's been really good so far. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I went in there. It seemed like it was packed, and I went in there on like a weekday. So
Yeah, it was Thursday, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a Thursday. It wasn't even a Friday and Saturday. It was a packed house. Barely got us in. I had to like sneak in and shuffle my way through the door. No, it was great, and it seems like the feel's really good. It seems like all the employees it seems like you guys have a good thing going on. Yeah. So congrats, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you. Great. Yeah. Well, guys, that's all for today. Thank you for listening to the Salem Business Journal podcast, and again, thank you to Collier Law and Compass Visuals for sponsoring. Appreciate you guys.